My name's Mark Pollock. I'm an adventure athlete and motivational speaker. I've taken part in adventure races all around the world, from the Gobi Desert to the Himalayas, the North Pole, the Dead Sea Ultra, and eventually racing to the South Pole. And I think each of the participants is following a similar pathway. It's their own story, but I think they're taking one step at a time to build their confidence, to find a buzz that they used to have. Mark's trying to revisit some memories that he had whenever he used to race motorbikes around the circuit in Mondello. Before he lost his sight, he was taking each day at a time, trying to fill his life with experiences. And now that he's lost his sight, he's seeking the adrenaline rush and the buzz that he got from racing motorbikes, and he's hoping to recreate that in a car. I think it's part of his rehabilitation. I think it's part of his recovery and part of dealing with the fact that he's now blind. Mark Talbot's life used to revolve around motorbike racing, be it on a bike himself or as a photographer at the track. In March 2008, his life was altered forever when he suddenly became seriously ill and collapsed. This illness robbed him of his sight. During his time in rehabilitation, he drew great support from the racing community. Now, Mark has the chance to recapture the buzz he used to thrive on and go back to drive around the track that he knew so well. The difference this time is that he's blind.
It became apparent that, first of all, I had double pneumonia, which they were very concerned about. But the scans produced the result of pneumococcal disease, central lobe of the brain, which gave me double pneumonia, septicemia, and meningitis. And it's the meningitis that took the optic nerves.
It's like driving into darkness without your lights on, and you just don't know what's going to hit you. And this was it, the blindness.
When I saw him coming out the door, I just said, "But goodbye, Daddy."
You're so lonely. You don't know what's going on. Hospital staff are rushing around. You've been asked questions, and you have this feeling you're not told the worst. And it's terrifying, absolutely, because it's out of the blue.
He was slowly getting used to the whole idea and going through that phase of change and the psychological change and realising that it's gone, and you start to adapt. And I think it was probably due to the support of people coming in to see him and being with him, and being there for him, that helps him to adjust to that rather than just having no support or nothing to relate to. Being involved in that sport made him forget about his own problems and realising how lucky he was.
You're involved in a sport which is like a big family, and these things happen, kind of thing.
Sometimes I'm the one who's spinning around wondering what's happening, and Mark's getting on with things, and he's going to think, "Come on, take my hand," Just, it is what it is. That's his motto, and he's so right.
When a person loses their sight during their life, obviously it's a huge change. It's for a lot of people, it raises a lot of questions about, well, who am I now? Am I the same person? About their identity. What can I do? What's it going to mean for me and for my family?
Having a family and support is the most magnificent thing you'll ever have in order to coping with some sort of disability. Whatever about your friends, your own family support and being loved in your own home and house is a great treasure. And even for his son to watch his father, with that courage and inspiration, he'd probably not understand it now. He's only 7 years of age, but when he grows up with that, he'll have a greater appreciation of his dad and everybody that is involved with him down here in Mondello.
I love it.
You might have to stop your scene. Okay.
What are you talking about?
You're talking gibberish.
Please, God, help my dad and never let him have any bad thing again.
I don't feel sorry for myself, really and truly, and that's the honest truth. Who I feel sorry for is my wife. Who I feel sorry for is my child.
I know he feels bad, and I try not to make him feel bad. And it's a new playground, or new stage for a couple. Totally. He's coping so amazingly. He's carrying me along, and that's precious.
She says herself it's like losing a partner. And I get that. For me, it's like the loss of someone before. Not talking about her, about me.
Particularly for a man who may have been the breadwinner in a family. They will obviously begin to think about, well, what am I going to do now? Can I do the job that I did? Luckily for Mark, it was possible for him to go back to work. And there was a lot of work done with him and with his employers, and also there's the whole thing of how does a person get to work now.
I would have hooked up with the Travel Assist programme, Roger Flood, who would have come out to my home, out to the door here, picked me up, walked me around to the Kilbride Lane bus stop.
The main part of Mark's progress would have been his inner strength, that he wanted this to work, so he was willing to listen and to work together, work with me, no matter what the circumstances were.
The feeling of insecurity is immense. With the stick, it's huge. And now the difference using a dog, it's like relearning everything, because nothing bears any resemblance to the memory that I would have had.
Mark seemed to be over the fact that he was blind, in the sense that he had already started to move on. And I think a lot of us were concerned that this had happened too quickly and he was going to crash and burn at some point in the future after that. But, that didn't happen. His strength of personality or will, or whatever you like to call it, carried him through.
I kind of have to remind myself that what a challenge every single day and every single step is to Mark. I often forget he's blind, because he's so convincing that he sees everything, and the way he gets on and carries himself. It's quite amazing.
The vulnerability and the feeling of being vulnerable is immense. And that's dreadfully worrying. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to be as good as I can be.
Returning to Mondello is particularly poignant for Mark, as motor racing was such a huge part of his life. He began racing at an early age, and in the 80s and 90s travelled to European Grand Prix races as a photographer. He has not been in Mondello since he lost his sight.
I met Mark back in the late 70s when I was doing my own career here in motorbike racing around Mondello Park. And Mark would have been one of the many photographers who would have come around the circuit and offered photographs of you. And you'd approach the various riders, and as I was reasonably successful, he'd come up and offered me various pictures, and I took them off him and got to know him those were the ways.
My mum said when I developed an interest in motorcycle racing at the age of 14, my mum would have said, it's just a phase. Some long phase,
So Mark and myself have this passion for racing, motorcycle racing, despite our disabilities ever since. And we belong to a big family of people here who just sort of support and encourage you to go on and endure your life no matter what it is.
I miss the buzz. I can see it all the time, every corner, I know the circuit, and I feel I can see it every night. I can see it now, even as we're talking.
I think what Mark's getting out of it is the buzz, the thrill, the adrenaline, the scare, being scared. Absolutely, that's his scene. he'll thrive on it. He'll have a ball.
I think it'll be quite a challenge and exciting occasion to actually feel the acceleration, the brakes, the steering, all those sensations that come through back from the tarmac. I think that's what will generate a bit of excitement in him.
Totally terrified. Absolutely, yeah. And I don't even want to be in the same county. Just...
I was a little bit surprised because in terms of the fact that he's going to be driving when he's visually impaired, but then when I thought about who it was and it was Mark Talbot, no, I wasn't surprised.
Just think it's moving him further and further away from what befell him.
Knowing Mark, he's not going to take half measures. He's just going to be the best he can be, the fastest he can be.
I wanted to live up to what I hope it to be. Will it? I don't know. Can it? I don't know.
Mark Talbot, a successful motor racer and photographer, lost his sight 3 years ago to meningitis. He has been rebuilding his life step by step ever since. Today he is back in Mondello, where he will attempt to drive round the track that he has previously done hundreds of times. He hopes that he can recapture the thrill and excitement that he misses so much from his previous life. But how difficult will it be to navigate the track at high speed using just his memories?
Today we're going to have Mark out, first of all, in one of our dual control cars from our early drive programme, which is designed for transition year students. And once he's had a few laps in that and built up a bit of experience with our instructor Phil, he's then going to go out into one of our Mazda 3s that we use in our motor racing school as a training car for people before they drive our single-seaters.
So do you still remember, do you have a picture in your head of what the circuit's like?
In my dreams, I really miss the whole sensation, the whole enjoyment of the circuit in all its forms, and the whole idea of the event that would have been a motorcycle meeting.
So just looking forward to the day, what are your expectations and hopes for the day?
To enjoy it, to rekindle the buzz that I would have spoken about before, the enjoyment of driving, the challenge of driving, and the achievement at the end of the day for whatever the day has given me.
Well, look, let's get me out of the way, get you into the car and get today started.
Get a feel of the circuit again will give him a good buzz and sense of excitement. Yes, it'll be a sense of achievement and it'll boost his own confidence as he gets used to blindness in the future.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly where we are, where we're coming and coming up to the picture. And we keep the hands in 10 to 2 as well.
Yeah, cool.
So that's very smooth. Second gear, yeah. Just hold steering like that now. Slightly right, slight right, more right. More right, more right, more right. No, hold there. Just hold. No, I will help you with the steering.
That's okay.
For the
coming out of the
yeah, coming
lane.
out. But it is tight coming out of the pit lane.
Sure, I know.
Hold there now. We're just on the main straight now.
Okay.
And hold that position, okay?
Okay.
Now coming up to turn 1, Mark.
You sure?
Yeah. So we're just gonna go around without any brakes, or just letting the car go around itself like that now. Start turning right, more right, more right, more right, more right, Mark. Keep going, harder right, more right. We're just going off the track a little bit. We're okay. Okay, just get a good feel for it. That's it. Now accelerate. Just hold. No, just hold. Left. Hold. More left, more. Hold. Left, more. Hold. Just hold there. Hold. Touch right. That's okay. It's on the curb and on the apex on the inside. Okay, hold there. Go right. Turn right. Left. More left. Left. Slipped off the power, Mark. Okay. I'm just gonna hold on. That's okay. Right. Okay. We're okay. We're safe enough. Okay. I have to control that. Apex now. Perfect. Hard right. Hold it. Okay, we're okay. Go straight now. I'm going to lift off the accelerator. And I'm going to stop down towards the end here, anywhere down here, wherever suits. Okay. Suits us. Okay. Okay, Fergus, we'll stop it. Okay. Now, you stop yourself there in the middle of the track, Mark. You take a step.
Not easy. Not easy at all. If you understand that I wouldn't have actually driven since probably January, February 2008. Hey ho.
Welcome, Squire. Well done. What a brilliant piece of excellent grass tracking.
Going to get frightened to be Jesus out of us down here. Pretty cool.
We had some moments. We went off track a few times. We struggled on the exits of corners. We were quite good coming into the corners, quite good going around the corners, but on the exits we really struggled.
Mark, you were hoping to get some adrenaline flowing there. Did it work?
Did I what? Yes, absolutely. A whole new perspective to the shape of the circuit. I had a few moments which were adrenaline filled. You know,
Tell me what those moments were. The near misses.
The entrances and the apexes were pretty okay, but the exits were, in my words, poor.
Because I made mistakes out there as well in telling them some of the stuff I was telling them and not being quick enough on some of my instructions. We're going fairly quick into the corners, we're going quicker around the corners, we're coming out of the corners, we need to be quicker on the steering.
Okay. Yeah, no
You okay with manual drive?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'll have a crack if I'm allowed in the Mazda.
I think we're going to have a go. We're going to give it a go, see what happens. We've no controls on my side of the Mazda. So I have a handbrake and my hand will be on that. And if it does go wrong, I'll pull the handbrake. Okay, Mark. First gear, yeah. Just wind up right in there.
This is a huge step up from the first car. It is faster, more powerful, and crucially, Philip has no control. After several bumpy moments on the first circuit, Mark is not as confident as before. This car could be too much for him to handle, and with sharp bends and sole control of the wheel, it is a serious risk. It will take all of his knowledge and instincts to get him through. If he can achieve this, it will be a massive step towards rebuilding his life. If not, at 100 kilometers per hour, a single mistake could be disastrous.
Right, touch. Right.
Shake out of himself in the back.
Very good. Perfect line, perfect corner. Left, left, left. Hold. Right. Hold. Left. More left, more left, more left, more lows, more left. Hard left.
Yep. Oh, he's over towards the wall. He's down, swerving right. Jeez, slow down. He's okay.
Okay, hold that line. Power on. A little bit power. Right. It's okay. Left, left, left. Left, more left, more left, more left, more left. Okay, lift off the accelerator now. Lift off the accelerator. Right, left, 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 left. Brake hard. That's it. Well done. Sorry, Mark. My mistake.
That's
right.
okay.
Turn right, right, right. Okay. Right more, right more. Okay, hold that line.
We'll take that one. Holy moly.
Well, how's the body? Are the wobbly knees, hands, heart, head?
Heart is bonkers. Need a good lie down.
Summed up as a good day in the Mark
Absolutely.
Talbot life experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it'll take me a while to think about things and to work out what it's meant to me, but suffice to say, incredible.
What about the question of confidence, which was a big one for me when I lost my sight? I don't know if it is with you, but over the years you tick various boxes and build up little bits of confidence. Where does this sit in the recovery or the rehabilitation of since blindness?
Yeah, way up the top. The way I look at things, I'm only recently blind, so every day's a new day, every walk's a new walk, and every step's a new step. This is a huge jump in those life experiences and steps and the learning process. It's immense.
Even for Daniel, because he was so small when Mark was doing his racing bit, and he's kind of heard the stories and the legends, but now he's going to see Daddy up there going around Mondello again. So, yeah, that's going to be emotional to me.